Hey, my name is Ray. I'm here in the UK and it's Saturday. I'm just here waiting for my little one to be done with her gymnastics because it's my day to chauffeur everybody around. As I said in an earlier vid, it's like, take firstborn to take over to her horse riding and then basically take secondborn over to her drama lesson after she's been finishing up with some pottery. And then basically take thirdborn over to do some gymnastics, and then somehow go round them all up again, catch up, and then somehow get my wife over to basically do some of the things that she likes to do, round everybody up, and then somehow throw together some dinner and in some sane hour and actually have a round table family time that spills into Sundays and carry on from there. However, unfortunately, many of the people that I know, dads in particular nowadays, because of the nature of the economy, the nature of the economic downturn, so-called recession, part of the game plan, all depending on how you look at it, but looking at the federal government in the States, in the U.S., that basically doesn't give a flying expletive, I'll throw in there, about you and me, or anybody else for that matter. And it's not just America. We know politricksters and banksters or hoods of the of extraordinaire, and basically just they're just like criminals with a badge. I mean, they're just able to do whatever they want without little seeming accountability. But then, of course, they write the laws. But that's not what this video is about. All it is, it's not going to be about doom and gloom and naysayers and haters and whatever. What it is about is that you have opportunity to take matters into your own hands. And many of us somehow have been taught over the years that we have to toe the line, follow the line, build up the status quo, go to school, get the 9-to-5 job, go out there and over-leverage ourselves and basically live lives in debt and indebted to everybody around us. And basically that seems to be the modus operandi, the MO of the day. However, I think if we learned to do things a little bit smarter, we're able to learn on the understanding the models out there of leveraging what you do have in ways that are enabling to get a mindset of belief, a mindset, it's not just about confidence, but actually, being able to feel the sense of confidence to actually go after your dreams, to empower us to actually focus on, positive mindset thinking, goal setting, basically how to manage the mind better than we have. And there's so many things that are permutations off that, of how to support that. I think, being proactive as opposed to reactive in one's life, where you good planning, put things in place. And I know that from firsthand, because when I didn't do those things, I suffered. People around me, my family, would have suffered. For example, in business, firecrackers. When I didn't get it right, it was because of my poor planning. It was because of my decisions. It was because of avenues that I took, and nobody else. I mean, it doesn't mean that there wasn't a little bit of effect in the cause of me doing something, but basically, I'm accountable for my actions, and there's too much kind of dismissiveness around now where there's no accountability. And of course, the riots of London showed that basically, their attitude is that, well, hell, if they're doing it for millions and billions around the planet and through the bank system and effectively then getting a bailout from the public purse, then what the hell? Why not get a flat screen TV and a couple trainers and all that kind of stuff? I'm not condoning it, and I don't think it's right. I think it's wrong. However, it's understandable why it happens. And these things wouldn't necessarily happen if we somehow kind of wrestled this stuff to the ground and tackled it head on, and sorted it out kind of from the get-go. And I say that because it's possible. Anybody has traveled the world or has kind of seen things, as I have, having been to really poor countries in the world and have seen where and understood why kind of bad element gets a hold and gets a foothold there. I mean, one of the number one things that we need to look at is, when we talk about, for example, terrorism, whatever that is basically disgruntled, disenfranchised people who then somehow have an agenda, or somehow influenced by people who have an agenda, who come in, and it could be for all kinds of dogmatic reasons and political reasons, namely through religion, and so on. And I'm not going to pick on any particular religion because I think a lot of them have a lot that they need to be held accountable for. But I think faith and spirituality is something that's very, very important, and it's a personal journey. And so whatever works for you is, effectively do unto others as you want them to do unto you, and I think that permeates through pretty much all of them. However, that said, it's about taking matters into your own hands. However, we also know that when serious poverty is tackled head on and is sorted out, a lot of these things don't get a foothold. So the point is that if you're in a position to enable yourself, you're in a position to afford, the clothes on your kids' backs, to be able to, support a community, to be involved in a cause, and to develop a charity or be charitable, to be able to afford to do those things, to have that kind of, contribute positively in some way because you can afford it, because you can do it, no matter. I mean, we know that, the pursuit of happiness. I mean, the whole point of the whole thing is that, here was a guy who had absolutely nothing and kept being called on, and yet he kept giving. I mean, obviously having that positive kind of perspective and outlook on life, as challenging as it often is, really, really sets the foundations and the stage for bigger things to come. And not always. So at the end of the day, it's also about being self-reliant, but not being selfish. And I think that, the kind of the currency of the day now is money. Good deeds go only so far in so many, sadly in many communities. I see families torn apart because of money. I see, to the point of where siblings are caught in gridlock over, shared common assets, where one has plenty and the other doesn't have as much, and yet it's all about the asset, and then the other basically gets put out because they can't get a hold of the asset, and the other gets put out literally on the street because the other has got a hold of the asset, and it has nothing to do with so much of that blood being thicker than water, because that's not always the case. But it's not so much about, money is the root of all evil, it's the love of money. And I think, it's like guns don't kill people, people kill people. If you don't give them a gun, they'll find a knife. If you don't find a knife, they'll find something else. I think it's a case of that, unfortunately, it just seems to be such a big buzz that really kind of gets a hold of people's psyche, and it causes them to make decisions that they would otherwise maybe not have done. So what better way to resolve those types of issues than to somehow empower, enable, and uplift people financially? And if you can teach someone to earn a generous income on their own, as opposed to just dumping some cash in their hand and have them burn it up and come back for more later, which is effective what I see a lot of the kind of development aid around the world is very little of them are being taught how to actually go out and generate and create a livelihood, and most of them are basically just given handouts, and then it just goes on and on and on. So the downward spiral continues. So my point here is that if you had an opportunity, dads of the world, moms of the world, parents of the world, people of the world, people of the community, friends and, friends of people I know, people I don't know, people I've yet to meet, is that if you had an opportunity to have access to basically affordably be able to learn with the methods and the technologies and the systems of the day to be able to earn a living generously and take care of the things that you want to do, would you take it? And that's a question. Would you or wouldn't you? So if you would, click on the link below. If you wouldn't, I hope you come back next time, and still, here's some food for thought. So take care of yourself. I've got to go pick up my little one now and hang out with her as a dad, because I like to be a part of their life. And I hope you do too. Go get empowered. Take care now. Cheers, bye.